Hello everyone, my name's Idiotic Synergy, and today we are talking about the Ogor Mawtribes Leadbelchers, and I love them. they are just brilliant models, and they are getting on in years. However, they are plastic, and I really like how simplistic they are. Yeah, their guns. The way the guns work is that they grab any old shit, shove it into a cannon, and just move forward slowly. It's the best thing ever. It really is. I love the random assortment of bullshit they put into their cannons. Any weapons they find, or just, you know, anything they can find. It doesn't necessarily have to be weapons. It could be rocks, or, you know, a bunch of fruit if you're really creative with your kit bashing. Yeah, they just fire it towards the enemy, and if it doesn't kill them, well, then they just walk over and bonk ya with those giant cannons, because surprisingly they're quite decent in melee as well. Yeah, I love them. I do love them. I love this kit. It's a really nostalgic model for me. Like, this is a really nostalgic set for me, because as I used to have a bunch of Skaven when I was little, but I used to see these guys as well, and it's just nostalgic. It really is, and I'm so happy that they're plastic, because I couldn't remember if they were plastic or resin or metal, and yeah, they're plastic, and they've got a lot of powder grots and God knows what. It's just nice and nostalgic. I'm quite a fan. I'm quite a fan of this dumb model. Also, if you've got some Necromunda Ogrins, kitbash your... It fits. It fits with Necromunda Ogrins. Kitbash your heart out. It's a very simplistic kit. Their weapons are quite simplistic. Everything about this kit is very simplistic, but that just adds to the charm. And I like them. Also, if you want to do like a pirate-themed Ogrins army, these heads will help you. I mean, Jesus. There's shrapnel in his face. It is just wonderful. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say because they are quite simplistic. They're not like a special character, but they just have a bunch of, I'm about to say character in the same bloody sentence, but they do have character, even though they're not character models or heroes, as they're called in Age of Sigmar. They do have lots of personality to them. I mean, look at this grot up here helping this fat lad out. I love this grot. I am going to name him Kenneth, and you cannot stop me. If you could do so much with these empty cannons. Like, you could shove skulls in there, weapons, anything really, and it would fit. Hell, you could shove grots in there. I'm pretty sure you could shove grots or nurgling. Oh, imagine having a bunch of nurglings inside that cannon and you just fire it. That would be funny. The possibilities are limitless, because the ammunition is very much just grab any old shit and shove it into a cannon, so it fits. You could have skulls, you could have bits of meat, you could do anything you want, and it would fit. Like, if you've got any, like, I don't know, Skaven parts, could shove Skaven in there and just fire bits of Skaven at people. It's a very nice kit. And as you can probably tell from, like, the massive difference in sprues, it is an old kit, but you know what? It still holds up. It still holds up. I am slightly blinded by nostalgia, but it still holds up, and yeah, I'm just happy. This kit just makes me happy, because it's just... it's perfect for Ogrins, and you can kit bash whatever you want into the cannons, and they do have personality. I do love the amount of options you get. It's insane. Yeah. Let's look at the rules, shall we? Because the rules could be quite bad, but I got a feeling they're not so bad in game. Hopefully, now that I've said that, they're going to be absolutely terrible, and that's why no one brings them. Let's go into the rules, shall we? So, these are the rules for the Leadbelchers. Movement 6, 5 up save, 4 wounds, and 6 bravery. The thing I'm most surprised at is the move, because they are carrying around with them massive sod-off cannons. However, movement 6 ain't half bad, in my opinion, though I could be wrong because it's not like 40k, it's Age of Sigmar, so having 6 movement could be terrible. But regardless, let's look at the Leadbelcher gun with its range of 18 inches. Attacks D3. Remember, there's 4 of them inside a unit. So D3 attacks per one model. To hit, you're hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s, rending -1, damage 1, and it's quite good. I like it. It's effectively a blunderbuss. You're just shooting all manner of bullshit at the enemy and hoping it kills them. Then we get into Bludgeoning Blow, which I like. I really like Bludgeoning Blow because it's surprisingly decent. I wasn't expecting it to be this good, if I'm being honest. Range 2 inches, attacks 2, you're hitting on 3s and you're wounding on 3s, no rending, damage 2. That is... I like it. I like it. That is brilliant. I quite like the idea that having Leadbelchers, you are better in melee than you are shooting. That's quite silly. And doing 2 damage is not to be sniffed at. And again, having a baseline of 2 attacks each in a unit of 4, that's 8 attacks. That's quite nice. But obviously, one of your units will be a champion, so that you have 9 attacks in melee. I like that. It's daft and silly and dumb, and it fits. It fits surprisingly well. However, that's not all, because obviously you've got your champion, the Thunderfist, who has add 1 to the attacks characteristics, but you also have Thunderous Blasts of Hot Metal. If this unit has remained stationary in your movement phase... If this unit remains stationary in your movement phase, when this unit shoots in your following shooting phase, the attacks characteristic of its Leadbelcher gun is 2d3. That's a lot of shots. That's a possibility of a lot of shots, and range 18 ain't half bad. You're holding objectives quite well with these gits. I like them. I do like them, because you just don't have to move and you get a bunch of shots. And even if you do move, you move 6 inches and you can just blast people away with your gun. It's a good unit. Maybe I'm blinded by nostalgia a little bit, but I do like them. I do like the Leadbelcher. I do like the Leadbelcher gun, and I like the Leadbelchers. The unit is quite silly and dumb. However, it is a whopping 170 points. So, is it worth 170 points? I don't know. As I don't play Age of Sigmar, but I think for just the silly nostalgic factor that they have for me personally, I would bring them along. Obviously, if you play Age of Sigmar competitively, you might think this is the worst unit of all time. But as someone that sees these units and just has a big nostalgic grin, I would bring them. I would bring 80 million of them, or I would bring as many as possible, just because they're Leadbelchers. I love my Leadbelchers. They're silly and daft and dumb, and you can't help but not like them. You really can't help but not like them. They are just really fun units. Bring them if you want. They've got a cannon filled with all manner of random shit, and it's a blunderbuss, mate. They are basically walking at you with a blunderbuss. Shoot, they're brilliant. I love them. Why wouldn't you ever bring them? I don't know. I bet now I'm gonna get like an essay written in the comments about how they are the worst unit in the entire game, and how no one brings them because it's not the meta, but I don't care. Bring them because they look cool. And if you still don't want to bring them, I'm not here to judge, because, you know, Goomspike Gits exists, and some people might prefer other armies. But me personally, Ogor Mawtribes holds a special place in my heart. Anyway, I've been Idiotic Synergy. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you later, and take care, look after each other, and maybe subscribe. That would help. See you later. Bye for now.